It's a pleasure to introduce the next participant, Professor Marta González of the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department. Professor González grew up in Venezuela. She got a PhD in physics, studying statistical physics in Stuttgart. And now she applies statistical physics to the study of complex human mobility patterns, including the spreading of viruses in computers, in mobile phones, in potato-based circular foodstuffs, and other sorts of media. A recent publication is Fractal Dimensionality of the Latke, the effects of the Hamentashen, the effects of poppy seeds, prunes, and apricots. So there's a rebuttal in the making here, I can see it coming. She's worked in the area of physics of friendship, and she's particularly famous for Formula Mars Ardiente, which has scant, family-friendly English translation, but through which one can calculate the prospects for romantic success based on the number and types of latkes consumed in the past. She relates back to her home. She actually consults with the Venezuelan government, and she's advised on both Hamentashen and latke policy in the present government of Hugo Chavez. So without further ado, I present Professor Marta González.
So, as you hear, I am from Venezuela. As you may be thinking, not very expert in Latke and Hamentashen. When I received the email, it's no, must be a mistake. It's not me, it's someone else. Because what you may not know is that I have been in MIT very short time, 1 semester only. So this is a challenge. And then, wow, I have few weeks to study about these two things. But the thing is that I made a discovery. It was very easy to come here to this debate because I have discovered that, in fact, Hamentashen are responsible for the inspiration of science. You'll see how. They are, when you compare a Latke with a Hamentashen, the Hamentashen are extremely beautiful. It's the beauty on it that we can see. Of course, we can see in Cubism. This clearly was inspired by Hamentashen. I was choosing build for my new house. Hamentashen. I could not stop seeing Hamentashen everywhere. But okay, that sounds. I'm talking about beauty. I mean, I'm talking about art. But we are at MIT. If we talk about beauty, come on, beauty is related to geometry, isn't it? So, with Hamentashen, moms and dads can teach the children amazing properties of the geometry. You can do median, you can construct different kinds of Hamentashen, equilateral Hamentashen, isotropic Hamentashen, obtuse, all that flexibility that the children start seeing the beauty around them. But as you may know, I'm talking about simple geometry, and it got more complicated because I learned that Pascal was inspired by Hamentashen. So we have the Pascal Hamentashen that is responsible to give us nothing but the series of numbers that give the combinatory steps that a random walk can have, and that solves Brown and that helped Brown and Einstein to solve how a pollen particle would move in the water, and that have connections to the existence of molecules. This was solved mathematically thanks to the Pascal Hamentashen. Can you imagine that? But that not only dominates the microscopic world, we can also go into what I am showing here is the rate, the value of the dollar versus the ratio of dollar-euro in days. When we see this Brownian is also a random movement that is related to the combinatoric power of the Pascal Hamentashen. Now, it's not just about isosceles and rectangle Hamentashen. As you see, geometry is more and more complex than that. We are in winter, the trees we see are like this. This is not a typical geometry, it's not just 2D, 3D. Hamentashen may have that disadvantage, I thought. But then I took a picture of the tree, thought carefully, and thought, this has our trees that are around us has a fractal dimension that is 1.8. Why is that? You double the size of the place you are looking at, and the matter goes as the size to the 1.8. A Hamentashen you may be thinking is not like that, but it is. Hamentashen has inspired Czersinski, who are the basic units to create fractals. So, can you think, I'm not even doing comparison with Latke here because it's not possible. It's just so, then of course, into my work. I also, the beautiful Hamentashen give us the opportunity to cover perfectly the space. And I face it in my own work. I try to see, as he said, to study mobility, we have information when people use some devices that we can send. For example, here, imperfect trajectories from the phone, and we need to complete trajectories. But you see those little areas inside? We don't know because we only know the position of the tower. How can Hamentashen help us in that? Hamentashen can help everywhere you can think of. And we have the Hamentashen that allow us to cover all the points that are associated to each tower. And thanks to the Hamentashen, we have been working in global spread epidemics via air travel. Because we know the travel from the airport in Paris to the traveler airport in Turin, but we do the cells, and those cells are done with Hamentashen. So, after all this story is clear to me, they are beautiful, they are everywhere. After they contact me, I cannot stop seeing Hamentashen everywhere. Everywhere I go, in the future I see Hamentashen, and I wonder, can you imagine a Pascal Latke? A Czersinski Latke? I just could not. So I would like my colleagues, tell me a little bit.